Welcome to Couchside. I'm Brittany, and I'm proud to introduce you to your host, Aaron. And away we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Couchside. I'm your host, Aaron. Uh Brittany, I can't believe like I was gonna say it's Labor Day weekend. Feels like it was just May a couple days ago, but happy Labor Day weekend to you.
Happy Labor Day weekend to you as well. It's nice to have an extra day off work.
For those who work.
Today's Sunday.
What? Yeah, no, I just meant for those who actually do work. Um Drake dropped an album. I don't know if you know that.
I know it. I was part of it. I was
You were part
there.
of it?
You were there. Yeah. The Spotify record breaking,
Yeah.
the Apple Music record breaking. So one of Drake's previous albums held one of the records for Spotify most listened to in the first 24 hours. But Certified Lover Boy just blew it out of the water, like
Yeah.
insanely.
Crazy.
And then
Canada.
Kanye West, yeah, right. Drake could be screaming into a microphone, just, like that for 14 hours straight on an album. It would still go number one. It would go platinum. We love him. Obviously, he's a lot better at that type of thing, but it was exciting. And then we also love Kanye, not Canadian, but it doesn't matter. We still love him. We gave it a shot, and with
Donda.
Yeah. And the first like 3 minutes, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, let's see where this goes. And open-minded though, like Kanye is part of what we grew up on, right? Like flashing lights and
it wasn't
wire. And
I was gonna say it wasn't through the wire, that's for sure.
No. And he's at a different time in his life now, and he's also going through his divorce or separation or whatever from Kim. I don't know how much that's a publicity stunt though, because she's also been there.
Oh my God, I wouldn't believe. Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
That's okay. He's had the Donda viewing parties with Da Baby and Marilyn Manson. Not that Da Baby now so much. Like that was new. It was mild, whatever. Like his weird stuff. But Marilyn Manson. So just like the whole thing about it. And Kim Kardashian was at like every single listening party, and her children were as well. And there was this one picture of her. She looked. She had a long tight braid down the back, and she was in a full black like cat suit where her face was covered in like a black mesh thing. And she was at every single listening party. She was there. And there's a lot of speculation about maybe they're going to get back together or whatever. And I think the biggest thing was Kanye knew he needed an edge. He needed something to help promote that album.
Yeah.
And not that he's not a phenomenal artist. Kanye West is one of the greatest. He calls himself God. He's amazing. And I never for a second doubt that. I love him. I love his music, his content, everything that he does. But at the same time, the last few years, especially being with the Kardashian family and the whole mental illness thing and them having to call mental health services to help him. And you know what I mean? Like there's been a lot of taboo shit around him. Mm-hmm. I think he needed something big to kind of reemerge, especially too with him and Drake and their beef, knowing that Drake was also dropping an album around the same time.
That's what I was going to say. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, him and Kim divorcing and then her being there and them reconciling and the whole thing, that pushed Donda further. That pushed even if the album was straight fucking fire, it wouldn't matter. Without having like a backstory or, let's be honest, it's 2021. There has to be that aspect of drama. There has to be something that draws you in.
Well, I was going to say that this is like years ago. I've seen this before, Kanye and 50 Cent back in the day on 106 in Park, for those who know what that is. But same stuff. I was going to say, do you believe, is it real beef? I don't think it's beef. It's not beef.
Oh, with Drake and Kanye, 100%.
You think so?
It went so far that that Kanye released a text message thread between him and Drake and Pusha T, showing like the shit that was going on there. And then Drake put out, Kanye put out Drake's address. Okay, so you're Canadian, if you're from Ontario or not, if you're Canadian and you're a Drake fan, if you're an American and you're a Drake fan, you know Drake lives on the Bridle Path. The Bridle Path is Toronto royalty of houses, okay? But
I'm just down the
Kanye,
street.
yes, we're next door neighbors. But
Yeah.
Kanye went out of his way to blast Drake's address. And then if you listen to 7 a.m. on Battle Pass from Drake's CLB album that just dropped, he hits back at Kanye. Like, hey, have your driver bring you here. Like, that's the other thing. Kanye is no stranger to controversy. He's no stranger to beef. He's no stranger to all this type of thing, these things that happen. Drake is pretty straightforward. Drake is not fake. He doesn't hide shit. You know what I mean? He's very, what is that word? Forthcoming about who he is and what he does and what he believes in. He's not one to need something like this to boost him. This helps his album. Honestly, I think Kanye fucked himself more than he realized. I think he was trying to smother Drake's album and his publicity. So we're going to go back to another thing too, where in Toronto, in the 6th, Drake has his album, The Billboards, downtown Toronto for CLB. And it's huge and everything's everywhere. And then all of a sudden, Kanye West has his shit there for Donda too, which is whatever. It is what it is. Kanye pushing a huge, like a push for his album in Toronto. I didn't read anywhere in any other Canadian province other than Toronto, which just happens to be where Drake lives. And I think Kanye went a little overboard thinking that his clout in the industry, the fact that he's probably Drake's dad's age at this point, he's accomplished so much in his life and his career.
You think so?
He got cocky 100%. Kanye West he's a visionary of the time a decade ago. And he has progressively built a bigger brand and name for himself with the Yeezy line. The big thing though with the Kardashians and that type of thing, I honest to God, he needed stability. That family is not stability.
I was going to say, do you think that was a good spot for him to get? Well, maybe not. I was going to say, not to jump on mental health, but I mean, if it's there, it's there. I'm not going to say that.
No, 100%, but it depends on mental health. If you have depression or anxiety or any other issues, it is what it is, but your surroundings still either contribute or don't contribute to it. Or you look at Robin Williams, who is a famous millionaire actor. Robin Williams is a fucking treasure, and he still coped with it so hard that he ended his own life.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what you have or who you're surrounded by. At the end of the day, you battle with your own demons, and it is what it is. But at the same time, there are toxic and unhealthy situations that do not contribute towards positive mental health. And I think the Kardashians are part of contributing towards this toxic mental health. If you look at them as a whole on their own, just that family with Kanye, before the kids, before the marriage and everything, you take a step back, you just look at the Kardashians as a whole, it's a mess. It's toxic. They're not good people. All of them themselves are struggling with things from growing up in their childhood to now in the spotlight and everything. Look at Khloe Kardashian with her weight issues and the media putting the stress on her of being OJ's illegitimate daughter, and her with Tristan Thompson when he's cheating on her. Lamar Odom ODing in a fucking brothel.
Was that her?
That was her. Yeah. And then she left him and went to Tristan Thompson. And then while she was super pregnant or in labor or something, I read the headlines of articles. I don't like dive into that shit, but Tristan Thompson was seen, I think it was right after she gave birth to True. Their daughter's name is True. And he was out with other women. Like, that poor girl has so much shit on her just from the way she grew up. But I digress. So in summation, CLB, Donda, gave both a chance. Have more of a background with Kanye than I do with Drake, even though Drake's from my hometown. Literally grew up with Kanye and Lil Wayne, raised by their music and immersed in their music. Gave Donda the biggest chance. Assumed it would be something that I connected with. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Certified Lover Boy, it wasn't the Drake that, it was the Drake that we're used to because of the in-depth lyrics. this man is a walking thesaurus. He is beautiful. He is smooth. It's amazing the stuff that he writes. Kanye, that whole album basically was like Jesus Walks, but 2021 remastered.
How many times can we do it?
You can't. It's over, and that's why Drake has hit groundbreaking records through Apple and Spotify that nobody will ever hit for years and years to come. And that's funny. We think that as Canadians, we listen to it as soon as it drops. Tried to stay up till 2 a.m., fell asleep about half an hour before. So excited to listen to Drake's album, just waiting and refreshing and waiting. And then the next morning, 8 o'clock, get up for work, log on the computer, boom, it's there. Let's go, let's listen. And we like to think that us as Canadian fans, as Canadians who are fans of Drake, we're going to make that big difference and we're going to push him to the number one. You remember our population for our whole country, I think, is like less than Texas on its own.
Yeah, it's like 6-7 million. No, sorry.
Yeah. So it's not just Canadians there to support Drake, it's the rest of the world. If it was just Canadians, he'd have a couple million views and it'd be cool, but not just Canada loves Drake.
Yeah, sorry, no, I meant it's like 35 million. It's not like 7 million.
I think you're thinking of Ontario.
Yeah. I shared the picture. I'll share it again. What's with the hair though? The heart? You like the heart?
That's certified lover boy.
I guess, huh?
Yeah. Look at that earring though.
Woo! Yep.
That sweater.
I was gonna say that looks comfy as you know what.
Oh yeah. It looks handmade.
Probably is. Hand picked.
But all right. What do you think about the beef with, okay, so we're talking about Drake and Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Andre 3000 song with Kanye that was leaked by Drake on Sirius XM?
I don't know anything about that. You're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to hit me with it.
So I know a little bit about it, but basically,
first of all, Andre 3000.
Andre Benjamin.
Okay.
Okay.
Where have you been? Okay.
He's been around. He does like background stuff. He is close friends with both Drake and Kanye. And he spoke out. So basically, Kanye's doing his like friggin' jibber jabber or whatever. He's running his mouth. And Drake's the classier when it comes to that stuff. And he got a little pissy with with Kanye. And he exposed or leaked the song with Andre 3000 on his Sirius XM radio. Well, it wasn't a podcast. It's something. I can't remember. Whatever. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, their channel.
And Andre 3000 released a statement about like, you know, how he wishes like it wasn't like between the beef. He's friends with both of them and whatever. That song though also dissed Drake in it, and that's part of why Drake leaked it. But Andre 3000 had a very intimate relationship mentally with someone that had helped him through a large loss. Like he had gone through grief from the loss of somebody. And that's where I can't remember.
Oh, that Drake or Kanye?
Oh, no, Andre 3000, Andre Benjamin.
Okay.
And that was part of where that song came from with Kanye and Andre, where there's a lot of raw emotion. That's one thing with Kanye. He's always kind of been the king of that raw emotion. It's not about being gangster. It's not about having the capital or the monopoly on anything in the rap game. It's about being truthful and honest and forthcoming and talking about real life experience. And he's got enough real life experience for decades, right?
Oh, yeah, like he was good. Like he was top of his game when he was on his game.
But this album was a little further from home from that. Drake is also the same way. He talks about real life experience. Everything he raps about, his lyrics, everything is true. Like you hear on CLB, he talks about this is true. It happened to me. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like he throws that like
it can happen
those things into it. It could happen to you because it happened to me. NT. So like they're both real, raw, truthful, emotional people, and that is expressed through their music. Kanye, this album, I don't know. not the same. So anyways, so Andre 3000 is like a little upset. He's kind of like stuck in the middle of it, and he doesn't want to be, and he's friends with both of them. Also there was what is that? You Only Live Twice, I think it was called, or You Only Die Twice. I think it was You Only Live Twice. There's a track on Certified Lover Boy where Drake basically also rips apart Swiss Beats,
Yeah.
who was also on a song with Kanye. And there was another song where Drake directly addresses someone else who was also on the album with Kanye. But one of the good things from Certified Lover Boy is Drake put aside his beef with Kid Cudi, and they put a song out together. Oh my gosh, there's just so much Drake and Kanye information in like the last 3 days. It is really hard to remember.
I was gonna say I think it's to sell albums or records or anything, but they don't do that anymore. So it's all whatever Spotify numbers. How great, by the way, is Spotify with like you would waste so much money on CDs that you would like, especially I hate it you buy a CD and there's like one good song on it. But how great is Spotify? You pay like $15-20 and you get everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the CD is a different experience. You have
it was like cool.
So you go from cassettes to CDs, or you go from albums to cassettes to CDs, or you go from 8-track to cassette to albums to cassettes to CDs. You pull the pamphlet out, especially on a CD. You get to read the songs. There are notes from the artist. Sometimes the lyrics are involved.
Pictures.
I remember the one Rob Zombie. It has like a space alien chick with her chest out and wide open on the front, and you go through. Oh, I cannot remember the name of the album for the life of me. But you go through.
That was 1 second.
More Human Than Human was on it. Something Space Odyssey or Space Sex Odyssey or something like that.
Yeah.
But like the immersion. Oh, one of the biggest ones, Tool, 10,000 Days. Tool released 10,000 Days, and the CD had one of those like optical goggle things you look through, and the album art was 3D. That was huge, and that was back in like 2015 when CDs were kind of dying out, but not as much. It was always cool. That's another thing from our generation, right? Where you're used to it, you're comfortable with it, whatever. It's nice now to go to Spotify. I think it's kind of harder for the artists too, though, because you put out a CD, you're kind of going to listen to the whole CD, right? You're going to go through whatever. Spotify, you listen to like the first 15 seconds, you're like, okay, no, next. Yeah. There are a lot of people from our generation where like the music heads or whatever, where you actually listen through and you listen from beginning to end. That's the way albums used to be, right? They tell a story, they paint a picture from the beginning to the end. To be completely honest, Certified Lover Boy and Donda are the first albums I've listened to from beginning to end since, gosh, I don't know, at least the last 8 years, like from new releases. It's hard.
Was it Astro Creep 2000?
Yes. No.
Yes. No? It wasn't White Zombie?
No, it was Rob Zombie. Are you trying to find the album art? Give me a second. Yeah. It wasn't White Zombie, it was Rob Zombie. It was in my mom. So, hey, shout out to back in the day parents that had that giant freaking binder of CDs with a Columbia House binder or whatever. And each page held 4 on either side, and it zipped up like a big freaking thing. Oh my God. But my mom, smart. The one she had, you had the CD on one side and on it was the CD ones. But what my mom did is she had the CD, and then on the other side, or no, it was behind it, like on the same sleeve, the CD, and then the cover CD art album would go right behind it. Growing up in the late 90s.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. Do you want to talk some sports since we do a sports show?
Drake is a sport.
Drake is a sport. Hashtag Drake, hashtag Drake is a sport. Okay. So
some sports. Where you want to start? NFL.
Let's talk college.
NCAA. NCAA. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right.
Okay.
So watching Clemson lose.
That was a tight game, Georgia. Like you have to like to watch defense games if you want to watch that game. The first half, and then the first half almost it ended on a defensive touchdown, pick six, Georgia. So Clemson, obviously, I'm not gonna say not where they were before, but just so much talent in the NCAA, and obviously Georgia stepping up.
Yeah, and you want to talk about Alabama being the best they've ever been, even though they're like the Terminator or whatever, where every year they add new armor, and every year they grow bigger, and every year they get scarier. It's like we're the best we've ever been. And it's like 10 years ago you were still freaking amazing.
I know, and that's the funny thing too, is that they looked that good too, just shutting down Miami. Yeah, is it fun just watching the same? That's what they try to do get with the BCS, is that it was kind of predicting, or not predicting, but to just giving us the same matchup over and over again, where they're trying to get with the college playoff format to maybe get an upset or two here and there, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that's what the NFL is for. You watch college ball to watch the ranks between the 20 to 30 divisions, the way it's always been. Yeah. The big thing this year now with the players being able to be monetized and whatever, that's a cool thing. You'll see more longevity from more players too, but you don't need to see the upset or the underdog and whatever. You go through the brackets. The brackets have always been the way they are. It's interesting to watch. It's different than the NFL. The NFL, you already know how the conferences work. You know how the structure is. You know at the beginning of the season which teams are playing which teams. You only have 32 of them. Yeah. College ball, I think, would be more interesting. Like we go to Bodog. You bet on Bodog. You bet on NCAA. Being able to look through hundreds of teams and these matchups and whatever, it's all unpredictable. College ball is literally any given Sunday, but on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You don't want to.
I learned a long time ago. Don't bet on college football. Unless you're just like tearing up your money and giving it away or whatever. But yeah, don't bet college football. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. If maybe only we have someone that can help us with sports odds.
You think? That would be great. Speaking of that, let me bring it up with the sharing.
A new friend?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It is not. It is. Cove Sports.
Sports.
Cove Sports.
Cove Sports.
Cove Sports. If you guys want to know, if you guys are big gamblers, if you guys are bettors, and you want to know the insides, if you guys want to win almost every weekend, you got to sign up for Cove Sports. They are a new sponsor. Go over there, check them out, covesports.com. They have their VIP packages. Brings it up. Oh, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Yep. There you go. So you go to covesports.com, go to their VIP, maybe go to the shop.
Check out some merch.
Check out the merch. Maybe meet Koff. There you go. There he is. Right? Easy. You want to make some money? Go to him. He is he knows his stuff. I think he won
$4,000 in Super Bowl 53.
Hey, that's what it says, you know? That's good. I didn't. That's for sure. But I will this year. Because I know where to go, right?
It's the Koff.
So, go to Koff. But yeah, it's crazy to see all the stadiums filled. I've seen a couple of videos of just the camera shaking of the Jump Around song being played. I know people are excited and want to get back to the stadiums. Like, wow, it's crazy.
tell me you're Canadian without telling me you're Canadian.
I guess, right?
I know, even watching the college ball games the other day, it's like business as usual. Like nothing ever changed, nothing ever happened. But here in Canada, you have to be fully vaccinated. Even if you are fully vaccinated, there are still restrictions on indoor and outdoor venues.
I saw someone post a picture of Saskatchewan Riders game tonight. It was pre-game, but it was like the Saskatchewan Riders out west, mid Canada. They love themselves some CFL football, and they pack their stadiums. But it was, it was not college football. It was not packed. But we I mean, I'm not going to say we get it out here, but it's just crazy to see them just jumping around, drinking little hotel bottles of liquor.
Airplane bottles. Yep.
Yeah,
that's the US for you, though. That's the way. It's insane.
Go there and get in a fight.
Yeah, that too. Especially all the baseball games.
Yeah. Baseball games.
The fights, or sorry, the NFL games, the preseason games.
Yeah.
The amount of preseason NFL games, you can tell people have not been in a stadium for quite a bit,
right?
And that the angst builds up, and yeah, like there was that one at the Steelers game, the Steelers preseason game, where that lady punched or slapped the guy in the face, and he hit back. He didn't go on or whatever, but like he hit back, he defended himself, and then the boyfriend, husband, mistress, whatever the hell he was, takes a swing at Buddy. And my favorite thing is Buddy stopped for a quick sec, readjusted his glasses, reassessed the situation, and then threw a quick right. And then Buddy sat down for a second, and he tried to like get, I don't know, it was a mess, but like that's what happens. And then people were trying to like get him thrown out, and I'm like, no, and then everyone else screamed like, no, she hit him first. She hit him first.
Yeah, that's it's. There was another one today, Memphis game, and you don't know where it starts, right? Who said what? It just shows like them just pre-fight, and then someone throws a punch. You have no idea the context of like what's going on, who said what first. So it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to watch, but stupid. I don't know.
We don't really get those very often up here.
No.
No. How many Blue Jays games or Argos games or Raptors games have you seen?
Yeah. Oh, don't you know? Sorry about that, bud. Let me go buy another beer, eh?
You literally walk past someone and brush their shoulder, and you're in their wedding party a week later. Like that's how it goes.
Oh man. Okay. I know you're not a big baseball fan, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy. Yep.
He hit his 40th home run this weekend. They are 4 back of the wild card, and if you do like baseball, you would know that your Red Sox could potentially face my Yankees in a 1-game wild card game, which I think would be great for the MLB. But are the Jays kind of out of the picture, or are they just sneaking in at the right time? There's we're the 5th or 6th today of September.
5th, yep.
We got maybe 12, 15 games left if they're lucky. I don't know if they're going to pull it off. I would rather I was going to say I'd rather see the Yankees against Boston anyways. Sorry, Blue Jays fans. But it's good to see. I like to see that them coming back to, I was going to say the Sky Dome, but the Rogers Center, coming back to a winning team, a young team, a team that has a lot of flair, a lot of fun with the jacket, and they seem to have a lot of chemistry. And they're going to be, I know they had a lot of bullpen problems early on. I mean, what team doesn't have bullpen problems or issues with that? But if they can fix them in the offseason, if they can get Ray signed, he's on a 1 year. If they can sign him, lock him up long term, and then keep their core players, they could be scary. And if it wasn't for the Yankees going 30-0 or something like that in the last couple of months. They might have actually been in there. But congrats to Vladdy for his 40th. And especially, there was talk a couple of years ago that he's kind of maybe peaked. He's maybe too big. He's not the power guy that we thought he was, not like his dad, but he's definitely showing people that he is the power guy. And they got to sign him. I don't know exactly when he's a free agent, but they got to show him the money. That's for sure.
Yep. Do you want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens and their huge loss of a player?
Yeah, the newly acquired, I guess, Kane, Kasperi Kapanen. Yeah, wow. That's what happens when you inflate the market, I guess. Like I said to you before, you don't make friends being a GM, kind of trolling a team by throwing 6.2 million at him. Wow, for them to turn it down, it's like, I'm not saying it's good for them. I don't know his number right now, what he made last year, but I know it's not 6.2. But it'll free up some space, and then I guess that Hurricanes team got Aho there. It's gonna be scary. Montreal, I mean, it's not. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs last year or even close to the playoffs. Sorry, this year coming up. But that sucks. What about the Maple Leafs though? Trolling them and then getting.
They're happy about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, they thought. I mean, he's not going to be playing on the Habs anymore. But then they troll them, and then the Habs slap him back in the face with them losing 3-1, right, blowing the series lead. So throwing bricks at glass houses.
Yeah, it didn't Toronto trade Kasperi to the Penguins back in the day though?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking Kasperi Kapanen. Sorry.
That is Kasperi Kapanen. Yeah, I think you're thinking about Phil Kessel.
Nope. Kasperi Kapanen was traded to the Penguins by the Leafs as a part of a 6-player deal back in August 2020.
Really?
Yeah. Kasperi Kapanen was traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Are we sure we're not thinking of someone else?
Maybe we are. Maybe we're getting the name wrong. Oh well, I blame that on you.
Yeah, Kasperi Kapanen went from the Leafs to Pittsburgh.
Okay, now I don't
know. Oliver Kapanen.
No, it's Castit. Oh my God, blowing it. Kotkaniemi.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. That was my fault. Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. The Illuminati. Guys, yep. He is wearing his tinfoil hat tonight.
We're gonna have to edit that part out.
Kasperi Kotkaniemi is now a member of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, there you go. And I'm fired. Fire. Do you know that Brady had COVID?
I did not.
Yeah.
When?
He threw the Vince Lombardi trophy from boat to boat, and then someone threw him COVID somewhere. Sorry, it's a bad joke.
And then he passed the COVID on with the Lombardi trophy. That, you know what? It was, to be completely honest, as much as there's so much hate for Tom Brady, obviously he is the most elite quarterback. The 7 rings don't lie, right?
Never lost.
Seeing him, him going on about his vegetable diet and the stuff that he eats and everything, and he's gotten so much flack from other NFL players and everything. He's a family man. We're not going to talk about his previous relationship where his girlfriend at the time was pregnant when he got with Gisele Bündchen and they had a baby. We're not going to get into that. But other than that, Tom Brady has been the pinnacle of, he's classy. He is the family man. Gisele Bundchen, absolutely beautiful. Them and their children, everything is so great with him. He's an all around good person outside of the NFL and in the NFL. To see him on that boat after winning the Super Bowl with Tampa with Gronk, and seeing him drunk and letting loose and having fun.
Yeah.
We know Tom Brady's not like a stickler. He's not one of those like uptight, tight tie wearing type of people. Seeing that, it was fun. It was good to see that side of Tom Brady, and it was like a refreshing thing, especially after COVID and everything too. Like that was one of those moments where it was like, hey, we relate to him. We didn't win a Super Bowl, and we're not where we are, where he is, or whatever. But like watching him just have fun and let loose, and Tom Brady having the time of his friggin' life and launching the Lombardi Trophy as a football from another boat.
When in Rome.
Right? And he got COVID. I'm glad he's okay, but it's kind of thing. So I read something the other day about the Bucs. They're one of the only NFL teams that are fully vaccinated?
Yes, they're the second fully vaccinated team. And Brady said when he revealed that he got, this is from the Tampa Times, by the way, when he revealed that he got COVID last year in February, but he thinks that this year is going to be even more complicated with the COVID than it was last year. Sorry. I was just gonna say, just add more context. Just with the fans being in the stands, traveling, they kind of try to keep it to their bubble as much as they could. With the fans in the stands and all that stuff, he thinks it's going to be even worse this year.
For sure, especially with Florida and how lax they are with their mask mandates and that type of thing. Do you think that maybe the fact that they're the second NFL team to be fully vaccinated comes from Brady kind of parenting the team with the presence that he has there and the influence that he has there?
Brady says, get the J&J. I already got it. If I'm on the team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a big part of that came from him.
Oh yeah. 100%. There's some guys. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, you want to talk about Cam Newton? And
I was gonna say sucks. That's football, obviously.
The Cam Newton says that he is better than the top 32 quarterbacks.
Yet he didn't look like it last year.
No, and he has still failed to end up somewhere.
He will. I imagine, week 3, week 4, we'll see someone pick him up, even maybe a little sooner, but he didn't. I know it was his first year and obviously, no preseason, barely a mini camp last year. But he's not the Cam Newton of old, and that's for sure. It is what it is. And what's his name there? Mac. He came in and he just shot him down. He looked good, and he is the future. He's not the next Tom Brady, I don't think. I don't think anyone is the next Tom Brady. But he was better than Cam Newton. So I imagine Cam will be picked up. I heard some rumors about maybe him landing in Texas, Houston. So he might be going there. You never know. Or he might just sit on the couch the whole year. So we'll see. I'm not surprised. I was gonna say with his play, it's not his best work. That's for sure.
No, we might end up with couch side with Aaron and Brittany and Cam.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
Okay. So
he can predictions.
Pay us. Predictions for
Cam Newton money.
Predictions for this year's Super Bowl.
Okay, that's actually a good question. I have on Twitter right now. If you go to @couchsidewith on the Twitter, do you think the Bucs will repeat? My answer was no. I'm a Raiders guy, even though I'm wearing a Rams. This is just a shout out to Marshall. I don't think that's the best part of the NFL is that every year is unpredictable. Even though I mean, even it was a Cinderella story last year with him, Tom Brady going to the Bucks.
That wasn't a Cinderella story. It wasn't. Tom Brady went to the
No,
Bucks. He brought Gronk with him. The
wasn't.
Bucks weren't a bad team.
They weren't a good team, and
They weren't a bad team.
But the whole narrative was, can Tom Brady win without the Sith Lord? And Tom Brady went to the Bucks. Sure, he grabbed Gronk, and Gronk was not the Gronk of latter years, as they say.
No, Gronk was retired, and Brady brought him out of retirement. He went to a team that was already established without him. The entire roster of that team had already worked together. You throw him in somewhere, you throw him in with like the Jets, something like that. They would not have won the Super Bowl. They would not have gone as far as they did. Tampa was not.
That's why I went to the Jets. I mean, that's why I went to the Bucs.
To Tampa. Yeah. No shit. But that's the whole reason he went there.
No.
You think if he didn't go, him and Gronk, if they didn't go to Tampa that last season, you think Tampa would have won the Super Bowl?
No.
No. Do you think that's solely based on Brady? No. Do you look at the comparison, the numbers between quarterbacks? Look at Drew Brees put up better numbers than him. Drew Brees' arm, last season.
No.
The MVP running, yes. Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat them in the oh my gosh. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were the only team that held them close enough before losing. If Matt LaFleur didn't make them kick a field goal, which thank God Jordy Nelson hit at least.
Oh, Jordy Nelson kicked field goals?
Oh my God, sorry. Number 2, Jesus Christ, it has been a day. Number 2, Mason Crosby. They should have won. Green Bay was the better team. Green Bay was also a young team. They're in the midst of rebuilding with some older players. That, like this year is great. They're bringing other people back, but you look at Tom Brady next to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has a young to midlife team. They're in the middle of rebuilding and trying to have some sustainability with their previous players, okay? Aaron Rodgers was the league MVP last year. Tom Brady is like, hey, Gronk, you want to come out of retirement? Gronk's like, yeah, I'm on this boat right now with like some people, but yeah, let's go. And they won. Barely against Green Bay, but they won. Like, it's not just Tom Brady. It's not just Gronk. It's not Brady and Gronk. It's the team dynamic together. The fact that Green Bay had a poor coaching system. Who's Tampa Bay's coach?
What?
Tampa Bay's coach.
Bruce Arians?
Right, from Arizona.
Yep.
He's actually a really good coach too, but
Drew Brees, sorry to cut you up. 24 touchdowns last year. 6 interceptions. I didn't think. I mean, that's not. Was it over here like 46 touchdowns? But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, and then he retired. He gave all he had. He knew he was at the end. Everyone expected him to retire. Obviously, he did. But Brees had better stats than Brady, which is insane. Brady is one of the smartest players to ever play the game ever. If not the smartest player to ever play the game.
One of the shortest, too.
Yeah, but he also has the most behind him, the most protection, the most built dynamic behind everything, where the other teams don't. He went to Tampa. Wherever he goes, he's freaking Midas, man. Might as well call him Tom Midas.
Yeah.
Everything he touches turns to gold and Lombardies. Like, but it's not just him. It's what comes with him. If he had gone to a lesser team that wasn't already as put together as Tampa, he would have still excelled.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked him.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's not that he's not a good quarterback. He's the best quarterback. But it helps when you have teams behind you that are already established.
Oh yeah, their wide receiver depth is insane. You have Miller there who can score with the best of them too. You don't even know who he is. I don't even know his first name. I can't remember his first name. But Miller.
Just with a D.
Yeah. I was gonna say TJ Miller, but I know that's not right. That's the guy from
Silicon.
yeah. Shout
Erlich
out TJ
Bachman.
Miller.
Erlich Bachman.
Erlich Bachman, you fucked up. You fucked up. All right.
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Right. Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say
The
Big
Bucs?
D. No, Big D.
That
I'm gonna take Dallas. Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
No.
Before he was
No.
injured, yes.
Mm-mm.
Before he was injured, he was really good. Last
Okay.
year.
Think about the rest of the team and who their coach is.
If Zeke can hold the ball, they could be good. And their defense, they've got to win.
Their defense sucks.
I don't care. The Giants suck. Other than Chase Young over in Washington, they suck. You know.
Okay,
the Eagles, they suck. So,
the Eagles have Nick Foles. No, who's the new quarterback with Philadelphia?
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, right? Yeah.
They traded away the ambulance man. Wentz got him out of town. Now he's at the Colts, but then he had surgery or whatever, so he's not playing for a few months. But
bring back Andrew Luck. Bring back Andrew Luck.
No, he's started football. Football beats the shit out of you, bro.
But you gotta remember, Dallas, their head coach is the coach that the Green Bay Packers let go of. They brought Matt LaFleur. Are you fucking kidding? LaFleur.
Who? What are you talking about? Green Bay?
Green Bay's coach, Mike McCarthy, who went to Dallas.
Yeah.
They let McCarthy go and they brought in Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
Matt LaFleur has not it's a touchy subject. He has not done anything close to what McCarthy has done before.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Pardon?
I said he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
No, he hasn't.
Nope.
But McCarthy was better slated for the Packers. McCarthy with Dallas, we saw them last year. Last year they were a freaking flop. In preseason so far this year, they look bad.
Yeah, but that's preseason. We started off 2-0 or something like that, and we lost a lot.
The Raiders are fucking horrible.
Hey.
John Gruden's the worst coach in the NFL right now. I would take McCarthy back over John Gruden.
Coach, man.
Who's the worst coach than John Gruden? Hey, okay, here's a quick question.
Everyone.
If John Gruden is so great, what the fuck did he do with Khalil Mack? You want to touch on that?
No. It's still too soon, bro.
Okay, what about the recent news about Khalil Mack?
What, about them trying to get him back?
Chicago, yeah, go on.
Nothing. It was like I said before, I said to you off screen, off camera, whatever the hell you want to call it, that them trading him in the first place was stupid because you're not going to get a player like that. He's a once in a generation type player. You're not going to get, I don't even care if you're going to get depth players back and say, oh, you're going to fill it with depth, the team with depth. They're not guaranteed. He was guaranteed at the time, pay him.
Okay, but John Gruden's great.
Okay, so he comes in and he doesn't feel that he fits their game plan, so they trade him away. And then years later, or a couple of years later, they say, hey, we need a guy to come off the edge to get to the quarterback, and you already had it. So, and then for them to go out and say, hey, do you think he's available?
Elaborate on that.
Okay, so the Oakland Raiders asked the Chicago Bears, I don't know how much of it was true, if Khalil Mack was available, maybe to come back on a trade. And they said
the Bears laughed.
I don't think they laughed, but they said no. That's for sure.
Yeah, they laughed. Oh, they laughed. So talking about the Raiders head coach, you think the Raiders have a chance this year between the head coach?
I said Dallas was going to win, not the Raiders. I said Dallas.
I said, do you think they have a chance, like just in general with football?
Do they have a chance to play football games? Yeah. Do they have a chance to win games? Goddamn right. Raiders, baby.
Is Derek Carr going to break his leg again running a fucking ball he had no business running?
Never lost.
always broken.
No, never broken. So
Also,
Dak,
can we talk about
look,
David Carr? How David Carr won a how does David Carr
won a what?
have a Super Bowl championship? How?
David Carr? Oh, didn't he win?
Yeah.
He went. Oh yeah, no, he went
Their little
with
brother?
the Giants.
Their
I
big
think he
brother.
won with the Giants or something like that as a third string.
How?
That's how he won. It was like a backup. So Dak, before he got injured, almost there you see 1,856 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks. A QB rating of garbage, but whatever. I think if they can keep it together, I think they host a playoff game. I think they win that playoff game.
Against who?
I don't know. I can't tell the
Tampa?
future. If I could tell you the future, I wouldn't need Cox
Okay.
Sports.
So it'd be Tampa,
Colts.
right? Because we're talking about the NFC.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do you think
Huh?
that it's going to be Dallas Tampa? What in the NFC final?
I never said Dallas Tampa. I said Dallas is going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I don't have. It's like that lady, the Jamaican lady. I don't know. It just comes to me.
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, Miss Cleo's.
Yeah, she was proven as a fraud and charged and jailed, and there's a whole big thing behind that.
You don't say. You don't say.
Miss Cleo was awesome.
Yeah, I love the Dave
many late
Chappelle
nights.
skit was also awesome for those who saw. Go ahead.
The Raiders suck. Your coach is horrible.
Our coach is the best.
John Gruden's the best.
John Gruden isn't the best.
Bruce Arians, I guess, is the best right now. Oh, can we
Yeah,
also talk
I would
about...
also be the best too if I inherited Tom Brady.
No, Bruce Arians Bruce Arians put in his time with the Cardinals. He was there with Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm not saying he can't coach.
Julio was Atlanta. Sorry.
Yep.
My bad.
Not anymore.
Where'd Julio go now?
He's on the Titans now.
With one of the Watt brothers.
On the Titans?
Not TJ, the other one. Tennessee, yeah.
There's a fullback, no?
I think there's a 1 second. I have to look this up.
Okay, you look that up. Yeah, there was rumors of him going to Green Bay, and I was getting excited to tell you that, but it didn't happen.
JJ Watt plays for Tennessee. Oh, Derek Watt, sorry. Derek Watt is a fullback, and TJ is outside linebacker.
Yeah, for Pittsburgh. I don't know. They could be. It's gonna be, but I'm telling you,
Pittsburgh. Nah.
What? Their defense is scary. That's all they do.
Yeah, their quarterback is.
Who, Ben?
He should have retired before Drew Brees.
Gentle Ben?
Gentle Ben? I wouldn't call him gentle.
Okay,
we're not going to get into that though. Yeah, no, Ben Roethlisberger, no.
That's why I said gentle.
If I want to watch a subpar quarterback play, I'll put the Argos on, but.
Oh, Argos.
Ooh. Not the Argos. Just the CFL in general.
Why are you hating on the CFL, bro?
I'm Canadian.
So that's a reason to hate on the CFL?
I know people who have played in the CFL for the Ticats. I personally knew a former quarterback for the Argos.
Who?
Shout out to Andre Talbot.
He's not a quarterback. He was a wide receiver. Stop.
No, Andre Talbot. No, he was a quarterback.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Well, you want to Google it real quick? Don't worry, we'll wait.
Okay. How much are we betting though? After, how much am I getting?
I don't know, Bodog. How much are we betting?
Yeah. Andre Talbot. That was an easy one. A woman is coming up.
Oh, he's definitely not a woman.
Nope. I put Andrea.
He's a wide receiver.
Ha ha.
That's not what you said he was, though.
I did. I said he's a wide receiver. I know who Andre Talbot is. You said you knew who he was. Yeah. Rewind the tape. We got the tape. Rewind it back.
Okay. So when I was in high school, the coach of our senior football team, his name was Coach Wilson. We called him Willie. and he's from Laurier. Shout out to Laurier. And Andre Talbot was his nephew, and he would bring him in to help with coaching and training and everything with like the senior team. And we always, I don't know why he thought he was a quarterback. This was like 15 years ago. And then there was that not MTV Cribs. There was like the Canadian equivalent. What was that show called?
I think it was called MTV Cribs. It was the same thing.
Maybe. But
I remember that episode, and his like bike was hanging up in his house.
Yeah, and his girlfriend, she had like the big glasses, which are like cool the last few years. But like back then, we were like, you look like you're in the 70s. She was super cute. I can't remember her name. She was like so cute though. And she walked into it, and it was like a 1-bedroom condo in Toronto. Yeah. And they're like, it's 2006. This 1-bedroom condo downtown Toronto, $4.2 million. Let's go into the crib. And it's like, yeah, we live in a cracker box with a fucking bike on the wall.
That's Toronto.
Yeah, that's still Toronto. It's even worse now.
Good luck.
Yeah. Also, one of my friends from work, his brother played on the Hamilton Ticats.
Well, there you go. So that's a good reason to hate the CFL.
No, not to hate the CFL. It's NFL is more interesting.
Well, obviously. But still love them Argos. I used to work with a guy, or not personally work with a guy, but I used to work on a sports show. His name is Charleston Hughes. He is a current Argo, number 39. So
is that the sports show? Is that the sports show? Always Talk.
What?
The sports show where they always talk?
Always Talk?
Always Talk.
Yeah.
Shout out to my main man Joe from that show You on Netflix. Season 4 is coming.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Okay.
Joe.
Donda.
Joe.
Donda. Is that where the what?
My friend from work, his brother that plays for the Ticats.
Yep.
His name was Daryl Stevenson.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. He's like running back.
All right. You like my glass?
Yeah.
Awesome glass.
Yeah, that's weird. I have the same one.
It is. So you want to wrap this up? I feel like we've talked about a lot of stuff. Touched on a lot of issues today. Some good, not so good.
We don't want to talk more about like next week in the NFL kickoff on Thursday.
I was gonna say, are you what?
Today is the last Sunday without football until February 2022.
Yeah. I was gonna say, wouldn't it be nicer if today was the first week of football? But whatever. I'm bummed because I gotta wait till Monday. The Raiders play the Ravens on Monday Night Football, so I gotta wait till Monday.
Next Monday, not tomorrow Monday.
Oh, I wish Monday.
Monday.
Go sleep on my Raiders jammies and then wake up and Raiders football on Monday. Hashtag Raiders.
Excited to see.
I'm excited to bet with Bodog on football. Get my tickets. Get my parlays. Yeah,
hopefully.
I can't wait. That's one thing too. You know, I'm a big summer guy. I love my summer. I love my baseball in the summer. But once the cold air, and it's been the cool nights have been coming this year, the last couple of days. And yeah, as soon as that switch gets flipped, I'm ready for some football. I'm ready for the fall. Can't believe it's Labor Day weekend.
Remember, don't wear white after Labor Day.
I never do.
Yeah, but most of your jerseys have white, like
I love white jerseys. There's nothing. Yeah. Who doesn't love a white jersey?
People who don't like to watch football or other organized sports while eating food.
Yeah, it's rough. Hey, you pay $200 for a jersey and you get that barbecue sauce on it. God.
Also, so like Cove Sports,
Yep.
going into the NFL season on Thursday, it's going to be a big thing to help us. Like any other time, you Google, you research, you go on your Yahoo Fantasy Leagues and whatever, and
I know where you're going too. Sometimes you don't have the time. You know what I mean? You got 2 kids, you got school, you got homeschooling,
you
virtual
have kids.
schooling. I got kids. God pray I don't have kids. But you do the homeschooling, you got virtual schooling. You don't got time for that. So yeah, sorry, something just fell on my mouse. And then yeah, you go you go to Coast
This guy
Sports.
is falling. Chicken Little. This guy is falling.
You know what? I believe it. You know, I'm not going to drink some horse tranquilizer or whatever Joe Rogan's doing, but
Vermectin.
whatever.
No.
So did he retire? Is it
No.
time for us to take over at number 1 or what?
Ivermectin is what it's called. Sorry. No,
Delicious.
Joe Rogan is doing his vitamin supplements and his multiple other weird things, and you know, the older he gets,
And in no way does he look crazy.
No, the older he gets, the more he reminds me of the Mango Mussolini.
Who?
The Mango Mussolini.
Who's that?
Donald Trump.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He's orange. He's orange. What? That's my favorite. He's orange and he's a fascist dictator. The Mango Mussolini.
I wouldn't compare Joe Rogan to a piece of shit like Donald Trump, but
he's literally spewing the same shit that Trump spewed before.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
hey, and for like all 500 of our American viewers, I don't know. We don't know the stats. We don't know. But like, I'm sorry if you don't like that. As a Canadian, you gotta remember too, like North America is considered a developed world, right? We're a continent of developed peoples and developed nations. Canada, we have Trudeau and like whatever the shit, whatever, but we are pretty developed. United States is like 3 children in a trench coat and a top hat pretending to be a developed world or a developed nation. And it's hard for us as Canadians because we're, even though it's so crazy, we're part of the same continent. We are the North, they're the South. We are attached at the border. It's weird. It's hard for us to relate or understand like what's going on down there. We're like 2 completely different continents. Obviously, we're different countries, but it's kind of shocking.
Yeah. It is what it is.
And thank God it is what it is.
Okay. All right. You want to wrap this up then? We had some good flow there. I thought we were flowing good with the end there with Cove Sports and
Connie Flojo.
Yeah. So yeah, go to Cove Sports. He does the work for you. He just gives you the winners. And then you go over to Bodog, punch in those winners. Bodog hands you some money at the end of the day. Everybody wins.
Yep, it's super easy. And also follow Bodog too. They do giveaways for T-shirts and hats and sweaters. Wear your Bodog merch.
Straight cash.
And what? Cash, yeah. No, wear your Bodog merch while watching Kof and taking all his brilliant data and everything into account. Like he's one of those people where he's not just another, oh yeah, I predict this, and like us tonight we're like, yeah, we think this is gonna happen. Yeah, we're speculating. We have no data behind us. Kof literally has the data. He extrapolates, he puts it together. You follow him, you take what he says, you go to Bodog, you put it down, you get money, you get richer, and you continue the cycle.
Let's go. Stir the pot. So
self-sustaining society.
Economy, yep, self-sustaining. There you go. You had it. So go to @Kof, that's KOF Sports, SPORTS, on the Twitter, and then go to kofsports.com and sign up for his VIP packages, and you'll have cash coming out your, you know what. All right. Thank you, Brittany. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you as well, Aaron. It was fun to explore these topics together. I feel that we had a good time. We went into some.
Had a great time.
I had a bigger, better time. Huge, better.
Best. It was the best time ever. Was.
All right, so guys, until next time. So remember to also follow us as well at Kevin A. Fletcher 1, at Couchside With, and at Couchside Brit.
Couchside.
I don't have the app to make the noise, but
Superstar. Oh, that was such a good show.
yeah, it's like one of the best shows.
No. Whatever.
All right. So also the other thing too, guys, like if you have any suggestions or ideas of what you would like for us to discuss in the next videos, please drop a comment anywhere on any of the social media feeds, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Let us know. We're always looking to improve. We also like to keep things relevant to the fans that are sticking with us and watching us and supporting us. So anything that you have, any ideas or feedback, we are most receptive to. We are on our social media accounts basically 24/7. We like to make sure we're engaging appropriately and kind of there with you, right? So anything, I don't care if you want to call names, that's cool. You know, it's the internet, 2021. We have thick skin. At him, he won't at you back if you're rude though, because we are above that.
I'll shush you. That's what it is.
Rude man who shushes. If you guys want to talk about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we should probably make a separate. Yeah, that's kind of our jam. But seriously, any suggestions, any feedback, any criticism, any
Anything.
literally anything. We are here for it. We're not dicks. We're not assholes. We understand and appreciate and take into account everything that you guys give back to us. We're new. We're starting out. We're having fun. We like to have fun and engage with more people. It's not about the likes or the views or monetization or whatever. We're not on here. It's not YouTube. We're having fun. We like to engage, and we want to kind of build that community where we have that relationship with the people that also have similar interests or feel the need to engage with us at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
stand me.
Stan you? Oh, bless your heart. Okay,
Oh,
so
bless my heart.
oh, poor little
Oh,
Kevin.
let's wrap this
Aaron.
up.
Yeah.
Whatever
He
my
doesn't
name is.
He doesn't understand what Stan means, but maybe you guys could put in the comments, or we're not on YouTube, whatever. However you do
can
it
comment.
on the platforms. Oh, Twitter, can you comment? I'm new to Twitter. Okay,
Yes.
comment, put Aaron in his place and explain to him what Stan means.
There you go.
He's old.
I'm
We're
not
both old.
young.
Never old.
Never old.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. And we look forward to hanging out with you again the next time. Have a great night. Bye.
Peace.